Welcome back. Let's talk music now. South African guitarist, singer and songwriter Bhek'Zizwe has released his debut album, African Stories, a poignant reflection on the current socio-political landscape of this country. Now, realizing it, amidst a sense of disillusionment just before the 30th democratic elections, the album becomes a powerful call for introspection and a reminder of music's potent ability to mirror societal anxieties and inspire change. It's a space where the listener can confront and process the challenges of their nation and finding solace through the music. He joins us now in studio to tell us more. Bhek'Zizwe, very good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Sawon, thank you for having me.
What inspired you to create African Stories? I mean, why did you feel the need, to release this at the time of South Africa's history?
I think the release time is very coincidental. I didn't plan to release now.
Yeah.
It's something that's been sitting at the back of my head. Eventually, release music in my head,
Sure.
and just say what I have to say, and then the time happened so that my elections, and then I think it's just a good thing for me.
Yeah. So you had like 8 tracks in this album that is in your head before releasing it. Why wait?
No, actually there was more. There's more songs. It's choosing and picking which ones are done and you really believe in.
Yeah. And this album is described as, a reflection of the current socio-political status. Can you elaborate on the specific issues that you delve in through this music?
Well, look, I personally feel there's a lot of things that we can do better, especially as men. We can speak out about the ills and the atrocities that are happening out there. The violence is rife. The rape, the GPV issues. I mean, I need not say these things now, but we all see these things. Yeah.
Are they reflected in your music?
Some of it is. Some of it is. A lot of it is mainly just prayers, and just mkuza. Let's do better. Yes.
Who is your music aimed at? I mean, who is likely to appreciate and enjoy your music? And what kinds of conversations are you hoping that listeners, will start as a result of listening to your music?
To my music.
Yeah.
So I think the older generation, because it's an adult contemporary genre music, it's played with music and musical instruments. So I'm hoping the people in the ages of between, say, 30 and 45, young professionals, conscious and artistic and cultural conscious people. Yeah.
And having said that, what role do you think music plays in terms of, fostering reflection and understanding within society, especially now that we find ourselves in this current political dispensation?
Oh no, music, to a large extent, you can feel that the music is being censored. To a large extent, you can feel that. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but music with message, positive message for the communities in and around our country and beyond, there's not a lot of it. We all just dancing around, hence you find people trying to blame the entertainment industry for the wrongs that are happening in the country.
True.
I believe that music is a cultural thing. Once you have music and the culture sort of sprouts and becomes beautiful and people fall into place.
And do you think African Stories is a call to action? I mean, just picking up on some of the things that you said, do you think it's a call to action, or is it just a space for mere contemplation and reflection?
Whoa, shucks. I would say it's a call to action. Although it doesn't, it actually come out, if you listen to the entire album, actually it is a call to action for the people to do better. Yeah.
Let's talk about the creative process. I mean, how do you approach the creative process of African Stories? What kind of influences shaped the final product?
So I think I'm lucky in that regard, because I always say to people, to my peers and friends, my songs are downloads. So I'd wake up with a riff and a sort of a theme. So like the song I think we're going to play today, Lomhlaba, Esphila Kuwo. It came out as da 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 da, Lomhlaba Esphila Kuwo. So I come up with the Lomhlaba Esphila Kuwo, the riff, and I come up with the theme, which is Lomhlaba Esphila Kuwo. Then you
and
just
then how do you come up with the melody and
that's
the rhythm?
The riff is the melody. So you just join it together, and then my job is to simply just combine it and build it into a song that's
Right,
relatable to people.
Right.
Yeah.
And how are you hoping that this project will impact the rest of the world, in as much as it does impact South Africans in a particular way,
Yes.
and then the rest of the world, how do you think will be impacted?
Sure, it's very hard to speak for the rest of the world yet. I think
Yeah.
it's too soon. I can speak for the African continent
Yeah.
and say if South Africa can do something about it, all the other countries in Africa can do something about it. You know, if the music is a call to action for South Africans to do better, then I think the people up in Africa, starting with our neighbors in the SADC regions, going up, can actually do something. We strongly relatable.
Okay, so do you see yourself as someone who, I mean, in terms of your music, do you see your music preaching a particular lesson or a particular message, or are you just exploring your creative side?
It's funny that you use the word preaching, because that's always what I say, that I preach through music. You know, but I can't use the word preaching because it's synonymous with something else,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
But yes, I am a preacher in that regard, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, is this your calling, though? Like music with an Africanism inspired, is it your calling, or are you going to embrace other genres in future?
No, I think I believe strongly that this is a calling. I worked in the entertainment business behind the scenes for a long time,
Okay.
you know, so I've experienced the behind the scenes, and I can tell you right now, I belong this side.
Right, right.
Yes.
Bhek'Zizwe, lovely chatting to you, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having
joining
me.
us. Well, that was guitarist and songwriter Bhek'Zizwe talking to us about his debut album titled African Stories that he released in a time of desolation on the eve of the 30th Democratic elections. Let's now take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment.